track and field is a sport that barely gets any media attention, at least in America. It's one of the reasons why Sha'Carri Richardson seems to have made it her business to say that the sport needs exactly that, as well as better governance and better pay for the athletes. However, it's also one of the reasons why most track and field fans, once again, at least in America, have to resort to watching film of races that already happened somewhere else around the world. But if you're a casual sports fan, then you probably think that track and field really only happened during the Olympics. And some people just found out that we even had a world championship because Noah Lyles got caught into a controversy with the NBA. I've already made my thoughts clear on that. There's no need to go back on it now. But pro track and field is actually a thing beyond the Olympics and the Worlds. That is why we have the Diamond League. And for the record, last time I checked, Noah Lyles was a Diamond League champion in an individual event 5 times in his career already. Up until now, if you really wanted to see footage of a Diamond League event live in America, you were probably going to have to do it on Peacock, which is technically owned by NBC. That said, that will not be the case in 2025. And you've probably heard about this if you are a track and field fan. Flotrack will be the only source to stream Diamond League events going forward. I could show you a whole bunch of receipts from track and field fans as well as track and field athletes at the pro level who are not happy about this. The primary reason why the athletes don't like it is because they want to get more eyes on the sport. And Peacock is a platform that had about 30 million subscribers. That may not sound like that much, but you also got to understand that the place where the Diamond League is going now is Flotrack, which also charges for their subscription. I'll get to the price in a moment, like I said. But they only get about 6 million site visitors. I said site visitors, I didn't say subscribers. So we can do the math on that real quick and realize it's a whole lot fewer people who actually have access to that platform. I get that you could easily argue that the pay difference between Peacock to Flotrack is already a reason to be upset. Peacock was apparently about $5.99 for a membership. That's monthly, and it has content beyond track and field. But Flotrack, which only has track and field, is $29.99. But if you're technically a fan of professional track and field, the Diamond League is really all they got for you to watch. Flotrack, and I have no issue with Flotrack. I actually used to have a membership to their website, but that was really only when I was a college head coach, because Flotrack is primarily streaming college and even high school level events. So if you're thinking about recruiting or even seeing what other teams are doing, it gave you an opportunity. But now, ESPN Plus has taken a large chunk out of that whole college streaming business. But I honestly think that track and field fans and even some pros are avoiding having the real conversation about why people are upset about the whole Flotrack deal. It's not really against the platform, but we're missing the real issue. I personally don't really want to watch the Diamond League all that badly. Yeah, I kind of said it, because I guess it's true for not just me, but other people, and I'll explain. But if you're new here, I have to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best high school track and field recruits in the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comments section, because I try to read them all. The Diamond League was primarily for the people who watch those events live overseas, nowhere near America. However, we do have some of the best track and field athletes in America, so they travel overseas to compete. And they even pack out stadiums while they're there. Noah Lyles is proof of that. The only reason why American athletes like Sha'Carri Richardson, Noah Lyles, Abby Steiner, or whoever else you want to name, are going overseas to compete in the Diamond League is because there really is nothing in America that would compare for them to compete in. Simply put, if America had a track and field league that actually made sense, that people wanted to watch, the way they want to watch the Diamond League, not here, but over there, American athletes would want to be a part of it. I'm sure that Flotrack would try to buy their way into that business as well, but they wouldn't be able to pull it off if enough people wanted to watch it, because we know that there were other streaming partners who have way deeper pockets, and they simply didn't put up a good offer for the Diamond League because, once again, they didn't think enough people wanted to watch it. And it's also why Peacock is getting rid of it, because they didn't feel like paying for something that people weren't that interested in streaming. It wasn't bringing a whole lot of people to the platform, if you catch my drift. I honestly have no idea whether or not this is going to be profitable for Flotrack. Maybe it will, or maybe it won't, but the public outcry regarding this decision is a sign that clearly something else needs to happen. Not just about media rights to something that America didn't create, and apparently isn't trying to watch. If you really want to see a change, we need a better product in the first place. And if you think I'm just complaining without actually offering a solution, I've actually thought a lot about that part. I have shared a whole lot of my thoughts on what pro track and field in America need to do, or at the very least what I would suggest. I've actually got a whole playlist on it. It all boils down to this. You need athletes to compete in races that people actually understand, that mean something to the athletes and to us as we watch it. That's why the Olympics matter. We think winning a gold medal as fans is important. Therefore, the athletes also think it is important. It doesn't really matter that much whether or not you do a team structure, kind of like we do in college, which is personally my vote, or we do an individualized structure with some new version of the Diamond League, just based out of America. But what does matter is that people pay attention to it. And now I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. And I know I'm going to hurt some people's feelings, but I'm too deep into the video to stop now. So I'm going to just say it anyway. Track and field, as a community, if you ever actually go to a track meet, at any level, including the professional level, for the most part, doesn't really have a lot of track and field fans who are not a part of the community itself. Either you are an athlete or a parent of an athlete, somebody who is a friend of an athlete, something like that. Most track meets you go to in college, for the most part, it's the athletes there who are the fans watching the races. To be honest, that's not very ideal. But also keep in mind that track and field is actually the sport that had more athletes in it at the high school level in America than any other sport. And it's really not close between the boys and the girls' sides. Where I'm going with this is that the track and field community is actually pretty large. It just needs to support itself in order to sustain itself. And America has some of the best track and field athletes in the world. It is why, like I said, Noah Lyles can go overseas, along with many other names that you would recognize, and they can get a stadium to fill out. And I don't mean like a little small stadium with 5,000 to 10,000 seats. Some of these are 20,000 to 25,000 seats deep. The fact of the matter is this: you never get paid what you're worth. You only get paid what you negotiate. And track and field athletes have figured that out. ESPN or some other television partner will be more than happy to pay for something that people actually want to watch. And I have nothing really negative to say about Flotrack or its platform, but what the community seems to be telling us is that they're not interested in paying for it, at least not in mass. And if the track and field fans aren't going to pay for it, we know that nobody else will. SCA track and field gear is here. Fast is a lifestyle, and what you wear should reflect that. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.